That, yes. And that is true. A lot of people are afraid of change. So, looking back on your journey, what personal experience or challenges have shaped your leadership philosophy and approach to managing teams?
You know, that's kind of a loaded question, a little bit, and here's why. I grew up in New York City, born and raised, in a very what I call lower middle class black neighborhood. I went through third grade to the elementary school in my neighborhood, in which my mother was the principal.
Wow,
Okay, how tough is that, right?
that's tough.
And I give a speech called Old School, New School over the years, and part of the theme is that I was what I call a busing baby
Mm,
because when schools became desegregated by law, by federal law, and it
mm,
was forced busing started, okay, my mother got me and my sister the hell out of her school in the black neighborhood, and so we ended up going to school cross town, in which we became all of a sudden an extreme minority. And the
mm,
reason why I share that little tidbit about it, because there's more that I can say, but I don't want to belabor the conversation, is
right.
because I feel like I'm a chameleon,
Mm-hmm.
and that is an advantage to my
Absolutely.
experience curve. I can quote drink on the corner with the brothers out of a paper bag in the hood,
Right.
right? Or I can have dinner at the White House and know which fork to use.
You see that? The dinner fork or the salad fork? Which one?
Both, right? I know. So, and again, I'm a chameleon. So I've been able to kind of bounce back and forth in a lot of different scenarios because of that flexibility, is what I call it. But
Mm-hmm.
again, not everybody was, if you're brought up with a silver spoon and have had everything given you, and all of a sudden you get dropped into, I'm just going to make it up, a bad neighborhood. You're now a fish out of water, and you go, oh, that
Right.
didn't happen with me because I can traverse a multiplicity of worlds and experiences and that sort of thing. I also had to be well traveled as well because my father worked for the airlines. But that
Mm-hmm.
example of having gone from an all black and ping pong back and forth over the course of, because I'm a proud HBCU graduate. I
All
graduated
right.
from Howard University. And then I went on to an Ivy League school and got my MBA from Columbia. So once
That,
again, bridging those two different worlds, having gone to an HBCU, but then going back into the predominantly white arena of going to an Ivy League, graduate school. So once
mhm.
again, I'm a chameleon, and I think that's helped me a great deal in terms of just navigating life and business.
That's right. And that's wonderful. That is so wonderful. And by the way, I'm from Queens, New York myself.
Queens, go
Yes.
deeper. Jamaica,
Jamaica,
go deeper.
South Side,
Okay, St. Albans.
St. Albans. That's what I'm talking about. Uh-huh. Over there with James Brown.
Yes, he was 2 blocks away. In fact, I have a James Brown doll at my office as a tribute to him.
Okay.
Yep,
I
yep,
still drive by there, but I was blessed to be in PS 101, uh, Forest Hills.
yep, yep, yep.
Yeah.
And I'm
Yeah.
not too far from Hollis, which is where LL Cool J,
Yes.
right, and Damon from FUBU,
Mm-hmm.
now big start Shark Tank. Yeah, yeah. I didn't know those guys, and I'm older than they are, but same neighborhood.
Absolutely. I remember. I truly do. And, you know, once in a while I'll go past there and do what I do, and that's it. Just that sometimes you have to go back.
Well, okay, as my career began to flourish, I started with CBS in New York,
Uh-huh.
and then eventually went to LA with CBS. But even as I left the old neighborhood and some of my friends that I'm still friendly with, I used to go back for many, many years and take kids from the neighborhood on a ski trip.
Oh, that's awesome.
And so there are a lot of kids who theoretically never got out of the neighborhood who now are proficient skiers as adults now.
Wow. You see that? That is awesome. See, that's why your name is your name. That's but listen, with the rise of digital media, what do you believe is the future of local news broadcasting, and how should traditional outlets adapt to stay relevant?
I think there will always be a need for people to want to know about news.
Mm,
And what I've always said, and this is coming from me, not some book that I read or whatever, because I've been saying this for years and years and years. If I'm going to be in the business of local broadcasting, which fundamentally is what I'm in, on the linear side,
Mm-hmm.
then we must be in the business of local origination. And what I mean by that, local news is in fact local origination, right?
Absolutely.
But beyond that, I'm also producing a lot of non-news entertainment type shows using local talent,
Mm-hmm.
my own staff, and again, nurturing some other people on the outside that I haven't done them yet, but in terms of trying to get them to develop some shows that we can put on the stream, or
Mm.
possibly linear, or sometimes both.
Mm.
So, but if you're going to be in the business of local broadcasting, you must be in the business of local origination. The era of running somebody else's programming, you know, is over. Syndication as an industry is also suffering.
Mm-hmm.
The traditional broadcast networks are also, and again, competition, many more things to watch and many more ways to watch, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the one thing that we offer as a local station is that localism and local news. Where else are you going to get it? Now, you can get it from social media. Okay, again, that's one of the pressures on our industry at the moment. But
Yeah.
doing a compelling local broadcast, be it news, be it high school sports,
Right.
be it junior high school sports, be it a local soccer league, to me is what's going to carry our industry, at least a part of what's going to carry our industry into the future, as well as getting into the spaces where people are consuming. I will
Mm.
tell you as an example, our morning show, which typically is number one and number two in the market, that's just a bragging point, but not really relevant.
Congratulations.
We also have it on a live local stream in real time. Okay.
Awesome.
What I'm seeing and what we've been seeing really as an industry is that the numbers of the audience levels on the stream are now surpassing the linear number.
Mm-hmm.
So, but in the end, as people kind of, oh, gee whiz, my linear numbers, my TV numbers are going down. If you look at the aggregate of both is greater than when it was just linear.